So if I am a Gen Z, right, trying to look at a co-working space, what are some of the things that I should keep in mind, like as my homework or a checklist? Like, what should I do? Like, just, you can walk through some basics, and then what I shouldn't do. In other words, don't commit too early, compare the prices, go online, whatever, right? Are there some sites which give you ratings, so on? So, what are some of the do's that one needs to keep in mind as looking for a co working space, and then also some of the don'ts for co working space if I'm a Gen Z?
Sure. So I think we'll start with the do's, right? I we Anyone who is looking out for a co-working space, majorly from the Gen Zs, they need to have a basic thought about how sustainable the building is. What building are we going to? How far is this from our home? Would we have to spend hours in the traffic and then reach this space? What are uh, the amenities being provided inside on the work floor itself, and what are the amenities on the outside of it? How far is this from the social infrastructure that I'll need on the weekends, or maybe to mingle with the team? So these could be some of the factors that the Gen Zs could look at, apart from obviously knowing what sort of food and what sort of beverages would the space have, what quality it is, right? So yes, apart from that, I think major factors would be ease to commute and the amenities being provided there.
And what are some of the don'ts? So should they like be very careful, like in just ensuring like, okay, I don't know, the lease agreements, I don't know, what are some exit clauses,
Yeah.
some upfront payments, things like that. Yeah.
So don't really commit to large, leases right at the start. Use the flexible or the mobility products to start with. Maybe use day passes to start with. Maybe use team conference rooms for a few days. Understand the vibe of the space there, and understand how the community is also going to be providing any sort of value or not. Maybe attend a few networking or community events. Understand that if the team likes it and if the vibe is good, uh, obviously within this time they would also be able to gauge if the space is sustainable. But yes, I think initial 2 or 3 months they could use the mobility products, which provides them all the flexibility. And once they think, yes, this is the right space, they could commit for a longer term.
Excellent. Now let's go to the employer. If I'm an employer, I'm considering that, you know what, I don't want to invest into physical offices. Maybe I become a corporate client, and similarly, obviously they would have a legal team, etc. But like, what is some basic homework that they should keep in mind, as well as just things to avoid?
We've had now very large corporates also adapting to this, wherein what they've done is they are willing to have flexible spaces, maybe spread across within the city of Bombay itself. They would have 3 to 4 different offices, which could be, for the nearest workforce to come there and work out of, right? And this would also ensure for them to not really spend heavily on setting up a space, or setting up the basic infrastructure to work out of the space. They are now working within the city but remotely, to ensure that the productivity is the highest. The workforce doesn't really want to be a part, or want to be a part of a generation which was, say, 8 hours or 9 hours a day at office. They are okay to spend 12 hours a day in office, but they would want to have the right sort of facilities. And even the employers have started adapting to it. They are perfectly fine to have this. In addition to this, they have now stopped having to, have employees which are going to be useful to them, maybe on and off. They would rather use our common resources, maybe a runner boy, maybe the housekeeping from our uh, current premise itself, rather than having them recruited for a longer term or maybe on a contract. They would rather hire it from us on hourly basis and adapt to it. This also gives them a lot of saving in terms of their operational cost or overheads.